was my father. My whole life I would watch him wearing the suit. He could pick up a grown man with one hand, run as fast as a zebra. Then he told me he was too old to carry the mantle of Panther. He would pass it to me and just be king.
He told me he was too fat to fit the suit.
I told him not to speak at the UN. He taught me not to trust the outside world. Why did he change his views?
Time. It has a way of making you look back on the things that you have done.
Do you often look back at your time as a war dog?
Yes, no. The outside world is too unpredictable for an old man like me.
Agent Ross.
Your Highness. Okoye. Ayo, Vicky. Please give us a second. Listen, it's not my place to say, but man, I really don't think you should do this. What you guys have is going to scare a lot of people in that room. They're going to come after you.
Yes. But I will no longer rule out of fear. Not ours or anyone else's.
God damn it. Yeah, I figured you'd say that. Well, okay. I'll do my best to keep him off your back.
I will hold you to that, Everett.
I'll see you in there. Oh, T'Challa. Amatam Sankla Nancy Kalelo?
It was close. It was close.
Don't laugh, I practiced that.
Jabulela, Everett. Jabulela.
Hurry, Prince. Don't let the fishmonger beat you. Not a chance.
Come forward.
Go.
You and Nakia are not to play in the catacombs, T'Challa.
I'm sorry, Baba. What is wrong, Baba?
I was forced to make a difficult choice today.
You told me that every choice a king makes is difficult.
True. But some choices are harder than others.
I am sure you did what is right for Wakanda. You always do. You are a great king, Baba. And that is why you will always reign.
Always? But what about when I get old and gray and past comes to carry me off to the ancestors?
But then I'll be Panther. Now, beat them back with my Panther claws, and you'll live forever.
So here's a scene that I was incredibly proud of as a director, but it just didn't work inside of the confines of our film. It's a scene between the characters Okoye and W'Kabi, and in making the scene, it was the intention for the audience to really realize that Okoye and W'Kabi were husband and wife. So it kind of had a confrontation or like argument about where Wakanda was going to go after T'Challa's death. In the tribal council room. It was a scene with the incredible performances from Denai Guerrero and Daniel Kaluuya, but it just didn't work in the film. But I'm really excited for folks to see it anyway.
Okay. He was.
You didn't seem to have a problem when he was thrown from the force.
It was the king's challenge, he lost.
You wanted him to lose.
He was not fit to lead. T'Challa told me to my face right here that he will bring Claw back. Did he do it?
He had him. N'Jaka stole him from our
I don't care! Claw stole from us! He murdered my mother and father! 30 years there's been no justice, and T'Challa swore to bring him back. Not take him to the UN, not take him to the CIA, but bring him here to us. Like a real king.
This is what you would have me leave the daughter for. To bring our children into this world where they become conquerors.
Yes. Our children will be leaders of a truly free world. Not just a tiny country where we have to hide everything that makes us great. There will be war and death. But in the end, it will be beautiful. And Wakanda will stand tall.
In the 1970s, the first Black Panther series was being done. There weren't obviously a lot of black characters. Pop culture was not where it is now, as you guys are doing this film. I wish we had the backing in terms of people believing in the project. They felt they were giving me a book that was going to die. The Black Panther wasn't an important character, but the reason that we got to do what we did was because they didn't have time to read those books. They caught on to it, I think, about 3-4 issues in, and then said, hey, wait a minute, but it was too late. Right. It's already a novel, and then I could do it.
What made it unique was just the idea at the time. Not only was this a black superhero, and it was kind of a shock when he pulls off his mask and reveals himself to be an African king, but he's also rich, very smart, the king of a kingdom, and he single-handedly defeats Marvel's premier family group, the Fantastic Four. And this was all being done and delivered to a largely white and male audience at the time. So it was kind of a shockwave, in a sense, and delivered at a time of civil unrest during the growth of the civil rights movement. And it just showed what a progressive thinker Stan was and still is to this day.
The royal family from the Kingdom of Wakanda began long, long ago. The first to invoke the power of Bast, the Black Panther god, was Bashenga. He served to protect the great mound comprised of the rare and powerful metal vibranium. As the Black Panther, he began the royal lineage of the Wakandan people. Many kings of the growing nation of Wakanda followed in his pawprints to rule as the Black Panther. During World War II, Azuri the Wise would protect Wakanda from an invasion by Hydra, who sought their vibranium. With the Wakandan border secured, Azuri would join with Nanli to have 2 sons. The younger son, Yasan, who would have a son himself named T'Shan. The elder son, T'Chaka, who would take over as ruler of Wakanda with his wife Nyami as his queen. Together, they would adopt a foreign child named Hunter and have a biological son named T'Challa. After the death of Nyami during childbirth, T'Chaka would have 2 additional biological children. The first Chakara was born with an unknown woman. Chakara, who would later ascend the ranks to general of the Wakandan army. T'Chaka would go on to marry Ramonda and together have a daughter named Shuri. The royal family includes important members of the royal court, Mbaza, advisor to T'Chaka, and Mbaza's 2 children, Kanata and Butumba, as well as Zuri, T'Chaka's personal bodyguard and confidant. After the death of King T'Chaka, his son T'Challa ascended the royal throne. Surrounding the new king of Wakanda is his second-in-command, Wakabi, as well as the Dora Milaje, or in English, the Adored Ones. Together, Narima, Okoye, Nakia, Ayo, Aneka, and Tila serve as the king's personal guard. Though would-be usurpers like Eric Killmonger and M'Baku, T'Challa remains the rightful king of Wakanda. Long live the king.